Well, guys, our Bills are 7-4, and we are back to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, who we are going to Acrisure No Longer Heinz Stadium in Pittsburgh, PA, at 4:25 this Sunday for our Buffalo Bills to take on the 6-5 Aaron Rodgers led Pittsburgh Steelers. Welcome to the podcast. I am Mike, joined by Mr. Sean O'Neill and Mr. T. Reese, and fellas. How are we feeling about our 7-4 Bills going into Pittsburgh this weekend at 4:25?
So we missed T in our follow up the other day. So it'll be interesting to get his thoughts on everything going on in the world of Bills land here. And I have a hard time being optimistic right now about the Bills. As much as I want to believe that they're going to be able to win every game, I am unfortunately a realist, and this team really doesn't inspire a whole lot of confidence in me.
Well, the tough thing is, I think you currently have a GM that wants to manage like an old school GM. That's the first problem. He's putting too much hope in players producing, and he's been doing it for so long that it's caught up to him now. He's drafted so poorly over these last 3 or 4 seasons that nothing he. I mean, we have a select few players that have panned out, but out of all the drafts over the last 3, 4 years, there's maybe maybe 2, 3 people that are any type of contributor on this offense. It's not very many, and it's rarely ever a first round pick. That's the problem right there, is that he misses on first round picks way too much. Or if he doesn't take a first round pick, he falls back. And I've been trying to figure out, well, why do you keep falling back every year? How about you jump up for a change? Jump up. The last time he really jumped up was for Josh Allen. He hasn't done it since. And that's the old school GM of thinking of is draft picks. You need as many as you can possibly have. I mean, you take Philly, for example. Philly, they can have 8 picks and literally draft 4 players.
Yeah.
You go for the best players on the board. And he's been so poor at managing these drafts that it's finally caught up. And he literally has nothing. I mean, all the depth he was trying to get, you don't have any of it. None of it. And then it trickles down to, like, people want us to keep blaming Brady. I absolutely blame Brady too. But isn't McDermott listening to the game? Isn't he listening? You're a defensive guru with quotes. And you're going to tell me you can't read the fact what Houston's doing, and you need to tell your OC, we need to keep some guys in. We need to do some more chip block. We need to run the ball more this time. Like, and I can't figure it out. Brady is still coaching this same offense as he coached last year. No changes to it. I've never seen an OC who cannot design plays to scheme somebody open. All the plays he runs take way too long to develop, at least in the pass plays. And how many times you see Josh jogging back just trying to find somebody because he runs the same garbage every single week. Why is Shakir? Take away that long run he had. We're still only doing screen passes to him. They were weak in the middle of the field. Why? I mean, you didn't even try to exploit that. You kept running that stupid mesh route.
Hey,
your offensive line's getting beat. You're leaving only 5 guys in there over and over again. And you can see, literally, physically, you can see the players we cherish, the Deion Dawkins, the Spencer Browns, get beat to the point they quit. Yeah. Well, actually, I shouldn't say too much about Spencer Brown. He was hurt earlier in the game. Should never still been out there. And then when you finally take him out, you put Vandermark in, you don't even give Vandermark any help.
Yep.
So what's more important? your billion-dollar quarterback who you need to protect if you want to win games? Or does your ego because you won't change anything?
Yep.
Well, when it comes to the lack of originality, at least we have the knowledge that now that they released Elijah Moore, that stupid jet sweep will hopefully no longer be run.
I don't know why you would think that.
I mean, he was who
Well,
they generally used it with.
so we've had, I mean, when we talked, they did bring in Brandon Cooks, who probably won't play this weekend.
Oh, he probably will,
No,
I think.
you think so?
He's already been playing this season. It's not like he hasn't played. That's the
Yeah,
difference.
yeah, maybe you're right.
He's only missed
Looking
like
at,
a week.
I mean, we've said it for a while now. The biggest problem with this offense is the wide receiving core, and you're 1,000% right, Reese, when you say, "What the hell are you doing, letting your billion-dollar quarterback get hit that many times?" 8 sacks and how many pressures? He was pressured. They said the pressure rate where he got touched was something like 75% of the offensive snaps. Somebody had a hand on him at one point in time. Astounding. Like absolutely astounding that you don't change up your offense at all. But the thing that I wanted to focus on today was, it's not anything new here, but it's the wide receivers, right? Because Allen's running around like that because he's trying to make something happen because our wide receivers cannot separate at all. And I was looking back at the stats today, and we're going into week 13 now. We have had 5 weeks this season, this entire season, where we have had a receiver go over. No, I'm sorry, 3 weeks this season because two of those times was not a receiver that did it. It was Dalton Kincaid. 3 times this year we had a receiver go over 100 yards. 3 times this season we've had a wide receiver go over 100 yards. That's embarrassing.
Well,
That's
don't you?
embarrassing.
It's because everybody eats, though. Don't you know? I mean, when everybody's eating, you don't need a 100-yard receiver. You're right. That is 100% embarrassing. And I have a question for you, T, because I think Mike and I mentioned it, talked about it a little bit when you weren't on. How is it that you have Brandon Bean and he does all this with these draft picks that he loves and everything, and then compare him to a team like the Rams, who go out and somehow manage to get all of these players to help their quarterback? Why can't Bean do something like that? What is handcuffing him from us going out and getting people to support? Why is he so afraid to part with draft picks? Or what is with him paying the wrong people?
Well, first, let me just push back on Mike real quick on the wide receiver thing. I think the wide receiver thing is not being overstated because basically what you're hearing from every team we've been playing over the last few weeks, they've all said they know exactly. They're running the routes with the receivers because they know every single play.
Yeah.
So there's only so much a wide receiver can do if they know what they're going to run. And the Bills don't run option routes like they used to do with Dable, where a wide receiver can adjust his route based off of what the defense is showing. These are direct plays. You run your route. Josh has to find who's open. And if you're running the same plays on the same route, everyone knows what you're doing.
Is part of that due to lack of talent, though, too, amongst the receivers?
Now, at your OC is the lack of talent. That's where the lack of talent is. You brought all these guys in. I've seen Curtis Samuel, as much as we don't like the fact that he gets hurt all the time. I've seen him produce. I've seen
What?
Elijah Moore produce. I've seen Josh Palmer produce. So you can't tell me they don't have it in them. That tells me the OC don't know how to run an offense or how to even use these guys.
I completely agree with you.
He has no idea how to design plays to get these guys open. He hasn't changed that offense. And I'm pretty sure it was the simple fact of, we scored over 30 points, most prolific offense we've had in Buffalo Bills history. But that's where the problem is. It doesn't McDermott preach, never be satisfied. Don't mistake hard work for success.
So
You have to, he doesn't even preach what he says. He doesn't even practice it.
And to your point too, Reese, in all four of our losses this year, we did not score over 20 points. All four of our losses. New England 20, Atlanta 14, Miami 13, Houston 19. This team has to score over 30 points to win. Except for that Chiefs game, which was would have been 30 points, was 28 to 21. But 41, 30, 31, 31, 40, 28, 30, 44. This team has to score in order to win. Because like we're not our defense isn't going to do it, right? Like all of our wins are these crazy games where we score a ton of points. Like we can't count on this defense. Like they're fine, but we can't count on them like indefinitely, right? Like that Houston game, I go back to that. I'm looking at that. I mean, yeah, it sucked how many times Allen got hit, but like Christ, dude, you let Davis Mills go down the field after that kickoff return with a minute and 30 left on the clock before the half, and you let him score a touchdown? Davis Mills? And I get it, the offense needs to score more points there, but what are you doing? And we can go. Sean and I went on like a tirade about like all of the decision making in that game, where it's like, the one series where they went four and out, where they ran James Cook on first, second, third, and fourth down, and they didn't convert the fourth down late in that game. But what are you doing? The play calling is just boneheaded,
When is there
boneheaded
going to be
on both
accountability?
sides of the ball. Sorry, what?
I said, when is there going to be accountability? Like at what point? We're more than halfway through the season. At what point is McDermott going to hold Brady accountable for the fact that it's losing us games? I'm
I,
sorry.
I I've been hearing it a lot in the national media lately because I listen to your boy Colin Cowherd a lot, and I listen to Jim Rome on the radio a lot. And I mean, these guys are all starting to say it. They never have said it like as much as they used to in the past, but a lot of these guys are starting to be like, "What is going on in Buffalo?" Like, you got this, like everyone acknowledges how amazing Josh Allen is, and like they're starting to say things like, "What are you doing keeping this guy McDermott around? Like, what is he bringing to you anymore?" Like, yeah, he stabilized things and he's a culture guy, but like, what is he really doing anymore? Right? Like, Josh Allen is established now. So, like, what is he doing to help get you to that next level at this point? I can't think of anything anymore because, like, looking at their roster, they suck at developing players. They suck at developing players. And if the only thing you can point to is culture, I'm sorry, that's not acceptable to me anymore. Bring me in a diva. I don't give a shit. Devontae Adams is a diva. I'd love to have him right now. Are you kidding me? Jamar Chase got suspended for spitting in somebody's face. I'd love to have him right now.
Well, I mean, I, all three of those games, I mean, he's listening to the calls and he's not saying anything. Obviously, you can't sit back as a head coach and continuously watch what's happening, and you don't say a peep during the game. What are we doing? Why? If you're not going to involve yourself in it, remove yourself from the head coach position. If you're just going to
Yep.
sit back and not say two words, just resign. I'm tired of hearing the coach speak at the press conferences and his stupid saying some, legendary coach books he's read. It's like enough. Then there is a thing to being somewhere to you overstayed your welcome. And basically, the way the players are playing now, you have a regression in all the players who you expected and have seen perform before all this year. And that tells me that I think, and I don't want, I just don't, I hope it's not true. I think he's lost the locker room.
Yeah, it's almost
I,
like they've
I,
tuned it
I,
out.
I agree with that too. And actually, I was thinking about this the other day, especially now watching, and I know, yeah, soft schedule, but New England is 10-2, and Stefan Diggs is thriving right now. Do you Was it really Diggs being a locker room cancer, or was it Diggs just, not? It was thinking, Joe Brady and Ken Dorsey were garbage. and he
That's what I
had
told you. That's what I told you. I told people are trying to lean in on that relationship. Sure, maybe him and Josh had some issues behind the scenes, but that's nothing new. Because my understanding, these two didn't really hang out, and I know that for a fact. They didn't really hang out outside the football field.
Even though that was the story.
They put on a persona that they did, but they didn't hang out outside the field. The reason why I think Diggs left was he's being removed from the offense. Remember his targets
insane.
went down, which I get, fine. If teams are taking him away and you feel like you can't throw it to anybody else, fine. Then you got to design plays to get people open based off of the fact that you got one receiver being double covered.
Which is the reason why you need a number one.
But they reduced him to just a guy in the offense.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a guy that's got 1,000 yards in what, 3? He was with us was like what, 3 or 4 straight seasons?
Yep. And he's killing it with the Patriots right now. And I was going to say, if he was here too, Sean's boy, Keon Coleman, would probably be doing a lot better. Because he'd be a number 2, like he's supposed to be.
Don't.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think he's a number 2. He's like, honestly, with his skill set and attitude, he's a 4th or 5th receiver on the other team.
Yeah, it's also true. I mean, he's got a really bad attitude.
Yeah,
I can't support Coleman anymore. I'm sorry. After everything that I've heard now about him, my willingness to give him a chance is stretched to its limit. And I think I have to agree with Terrence. If the guy is unwilling to adapt and learn and grow as a person, then you're not even going to be in the top 3 receivers.
And that's the problem with this team too, and I think what you're alluding to with Diggs making Keon better is you got no alpha males on this team.
Nope.
You got no animals. You got no dogs on this team. You got too many. You just got a bunch of guys who are somewhat good in college, or they're players that are past their prime. That's what this whole roster is made up of. And as soon as you start bringing in old players into your roster, you're lost. You lost. I don't know why they're dragging in all these guys. I'd like to see Hancock play a little more at safety. Take Poyer out. Let's get some athleticism in there. Get some speed. Let's see what happens. You might as well just run with them now. You got nothing to lose. That defense can't be any worse. And the thing is, and to what you were saying earlier about them letting up that touchdown at halftime, and I'm not absolving them of that. That was egregious. But they shut them down in the second half, and your offense couldn't do a damn thing.
That right there, though, seems like it's almost the story of the Bills' year, though, is that the defense is less than adequate in the first half, and then in the second half, they are one of the stoutest defenses in the league.
And that's a coaching thing.
Right. There's no consistency. Like, you have Sean McDermott, who is been touted as Mr. Defense, yet your defense can only show up for half the game. Like, I don't know.
Tell you that the reason why I say it's coaching is because why does it take all the way to halftime for you to make adjustments?
And why does the offense never make adjustments?
No.
The defense seems to make adjustments sometimes, right? Like they did against Houston, right? I mean, and they do in a lot of games where you look at these teams, they don't score hardly at all in the second half. You know, we've had several games where the defense has given them an opportunity, like all the games we lost except the Miami game, which kind of got out of hand. But Atlanta had 21 points going into the half. The Patriots had, 17 points going into the half. They scored 6. Houston had, 20 points going into the half. I mean, 3 points in the entire second half. And your offense can't score. You know, I put all of the losses that the Bills had this year at the foot of the offense. I've said it a million times on this channel since that week 5 loss of the Patriots. Allen had the ball with 2.5 minutes left to go down and win the game. This week, they had the ball on the 18-yard line. First down on the 18-yard line after converting that 4th and forever.
And
Couldn't punch
Hey,
it.
you can't get it done. You can't get it done.
no,
Like,
Deion Dawkins jumped off sides.
yeah, don't even get me started on him. Like, dude, that was the most ill-timed penalty you possibly could have gotten. And when you know what, he doesn't get a pass anymore either. I get it, he's great. And Sean and I the other day when we did our podcast, we spent a lot of time talking about the contracts. So if you guys get a chance, go and check that one out. But yeah, that guy doesn't get a pass either. It was 4th and 1, and you jump off sides. Nope, not
You know,
acceptable. He does that every game.
and you know what else is sad is that I was saying this to myself a couple of seasons ago that I'm wondering at what point do the Bills decide they're going to try and draft a left tackle to replace Dion at some point. He's getting up there in age. You know it. He's on the decline, and he's on the decline fast right now. And they have not done anything with that. They've never drafted a left tackle. Do you know that?
He's the second highest contract on that team.
No,
How old is he?
Dion's never drafted a left tackle.
So where did Dion come from?
He was here before him.
Was he?
Yes.
Dion's been here a while. He's going on like year 8 or 9, right?
Yep. No, I think he's past that. I think he might be in year 10.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it's been that long.
And the thing, and like I said, the problem for him is he's on a decline. It's in the film. He looks like a shell of himself out there. And that game showed me it's gone. His will is gone. He's checked. He's completely checked. Josh is supposed to be your boy, and that's how you repay him? By allowing him to get beat the hell? We let Tim Settles. You heard me. Tim Settles show up in this game on us. This is a guy that couldn't. There was games he was scratched. But somehow, some way, he goes to another team. All of a sudden, he can play defensive line. How many players have we seen like this that he's drafted? Can't do nothing for you, apparently, but then goes and performs everywhere else.
Oh, it happens a lot.
I mean, Houston's defense is disgusting, though. I mean, Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson are freaks. Like they're freaks. Like they are out of this world good. But you are absolutely right. Because you know what? Houston's got 5 losses. And like, looking at their schedule a little bit, like they had several games where no, not really actually. They lost all of their matches close except against Seattle. Every one of their matches was a 1-score match. Actually, no, the Seattle one was 2. It was 8. So all 5 of their losses were 1 score, but their offense doesn't score a lot. They've had 2 games where they scored over 30.
I mean, they've had a backup in for 3 games.
4.
4 games, sorry.
And actually, the backup has scored more points than C.J. Stroud did.
Yeah, Stroud is stuck in a perpetual sophomore slump.
I don't think C.J. Stroud is very good, but that's a story for another time.
Honestly, that Houston game, the other thing that it showed me is with Allen getting hit the way that he was, there was that point where when I believe it was Anderson crushed him from behind. And
yeah, when we all thought he was injured and our season was over.
When he's laying on the ground, looked like he was screaming. Like,
well, and that's just it, dude. And that's the measure of a team, right? And I wish we had Paulie here because I know he's the eternal optimist. But you take Josh Allen off of this team and the talent on this team, this is a 2-win team.
Oh, yeah.
Without Josh Allen. Maybe 3. Like, this team is competing for the number 1 overall pick in the draft without Josh Allen. Convince me I'm wrong.
You're not.
I think Josh Allen honestly gives this team, gives all these guys so much rope. If Josh Allen were not here, McDermott would have been gone 3 years ago.
Without Allen, this is a drought era team.
Yeah. And I get it. Allen's being paid a lot of money, but according to like cap hits and things like that, he's 13th among active quarterbacks for cap hits.
Yeah, he's in a bargain.
Yeah. I mean, he's
I mean,
making a lot of money, but a lot of guys are making a lot of money. A lot. Matthew Stafford's being paid more than him. The Rams figured it out. Dak Prescott is being paid more than him as far as the cap hit is concerned.
but and I forgot, Sean, you had asked me that question about the Rams earlier. Consider what the Rams did. They threw all their chips in for the one Super Bowl, right? Then they had to dust everybody off, and in return got draft picks. Took those draft picks and hit and hit. And their entire defense is their draft picks, first round picks, first and second round picks. Verse, Fisk, all those guys.
Mm-hmm. Puka.
And think about this. Here's the
real fifth round.
But here, think about this. They told Cooper Kupp, you know what? See ya. We're gonna get Devontae Adams.
Yep.
Think about that.
Oh yeah. How? I just don't understand.
When has your GM ever done anything like that?
That's what I mean.
Somebody and we get nothing in return.
How have they figured it out yet? Our team and management can't. Like between failures of draft picks, overpaying people, and just everything. Like I don't get it. I told
you, Sean. He's an old school thinking GM. Draft picks to him are way more valued, having as many as you possibly can, than actually getting the guys you need. He'd rather retain draft picks than just go after the guys he can use for his roster that his team needs.
Yep.
He's invested so much money in this defense, and that's primarily because of McDermott. He's invested more first-round picks in that defense than anything else.
Yep. And dude, you have all these, and there are so many examples across the league of all of the good teams, except the Chiefs. Because frankly, if the Chiefs didn't have Mahomes, I think they would be just as bad as the Bills would be without Allen. But Baltimore, the Rams, I know the Bengals have been missing their starting quarterback, but if they had their starting quarterback, the Eagles, Tampa, all of these teams are good. Seattle, what do? Seattle has one of the best wide receivers in the league. What do? They go and get more players. They go and get Shaheed. They go and get more good players. Like, I mean, the Eagles, they loaded up and at the crunch time for the draft. All these teams, they load up, they go and get more and more talent. And what do? Brandon Cooks.
Which, you know what, I commend them for still, I mean, they're going out and they're trying to find people. But the problem is that the people you're going to find at this point, and you as a GM know this, he's been doing it for a long time, that if you're going to wait till after the trade deadline, you're going to have, all you got is left is the free agency pool. And ain't nothing but nothing.
Yep.
Nope.
There's nothing in there. These are players that nobody wants.
Yep, they're free agents.
They're always older players.
Yeah, they're free agents for a reason. So let's get back on track here a little bit. So Pittsburgh, Sunday at 4:25. How do we feel about the game as a whole? Like, where are you guys at with this game?
I think at this point going forward, I will be nervous about every single game going forward, because this has not shown any type of consistency for me to say they're a lock to win any games. I think the weird thing is that Pittsburgh and Buffalo are kind of the same team this year. Sometimes your offense performs, sometimes it doesn't. Your defense looks all world, then it doesn't. They both have been on a roller coaster this whole season.
Pittsburgh has had quite a few games where their defense has been either world beaters or, being beaten across the world.
Yeah, it's almost identical the way their paths are going. But I mean, on paper, I mean, I don't know. The Bills can't even win on the road this year.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that playoff machine, this one's big. This
Yep.
one's really like of all of the games you have left, this is one of like the biggest ones.
Yep.
You got it. Like
Must-win game.
this is like a gotta have it game because you literally drop out of the playoffs. You lose a ton of tiebreakers, conference record. Like this is a big game if you want to make the postseason. And it's the same thing for the Steelers. They're fighting to win that division because either they win that division or they don't make the playoffs at all. Probably the biggest game of the weekend because we looked at the schedule of games before we got on here, and there's a lot of crap games this weekend, a lot of good teams playing a lot of crap teams this weekend. This is probably the biggest game, the biggest of the Sunday games, with all of the Thanksgiving games being all of the good games. Surprisingly, this week.
And you know what else I need? I mean, not the. Can a reporter just ask that one simple question? Why is Jordan Phillips continuously being put on the field? You have Logue, who's on the practice squad, I believe, still, who was a run stopper and much younger. I mean, I don't know what they have on Bean, but all Shaq Lawson, Jordan Phillips, Poyer. What do you guys got on Bean? That's what I want to know. You guys got to have some dirt on them. You have to. Because it doesn't make any sense for them to keep bringing these guys back every year at the end of the season.
Yep. They're bringing them back because they know them.
We traded Hyde for Poyer this year. Think about that. We traded Hyde for Poyer this year.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to bring back Charles Clay or Terrence McGee.
Question: What does Aaron Rodgers' prognosis look like? Is he expected to play?
Yeah,
Tomlin said he's going to play, but we'll see. I guess I don't think anything's been official though.
I think that the Bills should be able to beat them, Pittsburgh. I mean, but like Terrence said, there's nothing on this team that inspires enough confidence in me to guarantee it. I think that going back to before the Miami game was probably the last time I had any kind of confidence in this team. And then we've seen what has happened since then.
Yeah, right after that Chiefs game.
Yep.
Right after that Chiefs game. Yeah.
And I'm saying that Chiefs game is what hurt them with the trade deadline.
Yep, because it made Brandon Beane think that, we have exactly what we need. I was right all along when I called in and yelled at those guys from WGR.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's his ego. He doesn't want to admit that he was wrong, and everybody else was right.
And now he's flailing in the free agent pool, trying to find whatever life preservers he can. And it turns out
he's trying to make himself eligible for the reporters.
Nope, because he knows.
Yeah, and the way the conference looks right now, I mean, dude, the conference is so weak right now, and I mean, maybe, just maybe, things might end up the same as they always do, because there's a very real possibility the way this conference looks and the way that some of these teams that are going to make the postseason, do the Bills get in as the 5 or the 6, and the Kansas City gets in as the 7, the AFC Championship could still be here, and it could still be between Buffalo and Kansas City when it's all said and done. It really could.
Because I like the possibility, but this team has not shown me any reason for me to believe it'll ever happen.
No, you're right about that. But I mean, like Drake May, Bo Nix, Daniel Jones, old man Rodgers.
Can I name
Justin
the quarterback
this year? Trevor Lawrence. Like these are the quarterbacks ahead of you right now.
Yeah, but look who the quarterbacks they lost to. Name them.
Yeah, Tua, Penix, Drake May. Davis Mills, yeah, they lost to some crappy quarterbacks, and yeah, I mean, and some of these games are absolutely inexcusable. Like honestly, of all of the games this year, the Miami loss is probably the worst one. Probably the worst one. That Atlanta loss is pretty bad too, especially because Atlanta got rocked by Carolina the week before, 30-0, who we beat 40-9. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The Atlanta loss and the Miami loss were pretty bad. I mean, and I get it. You're not going to be undefeated, right? You're not going to be undefeated. But getting blown out by Atlanta and Miami, barely not even being able to put 15 points on the board for either one of those games is pretty embarrassing.
There's no
And
excuse.
and no passing touchdowns against Houston. Really? No passing touchdowns at all?
No touchdown since the opening drive.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's again, any other team, Joe Brady probably would have been fired by now.
Hmm.
Any other team, I bet you Joe Brady would have probably been fired. Maybe there's a few out there that might have held on to him, but I think the majority of the league would have fired him by now. And I need people to not. I need people to pay attention. As McDermott, how are you listening to the play calls on offense and not saying anything? And then after the game, you're like, "Oh yeah, we should have did this. Yeah, we want to try to do it." Well, well,
Well,
that's what you want to do. Why does the game never change in that direction when you're watching it?
well, he's trusting the process though.
Yeah, because everybody eats.
Yeah, I'm finished. I don't know if they're gonna win. I'll be honest with you. I
Sure.
don't
Yeah, I
know if
don't.
they're gonna win.
I don't feel a certain way about this. And like looking at the rest of their schedule, I mean, you got to go. I think at a minimum, you got to go probably 3-3, maybe 4-2. 3-3 might get you into the postseason as the seven. 4-2 probably gets you the five or the six.
My my only hope is that just like the year Miami randomly won the division in the middle of the Patriots dynasty, that this is just an off year. But when you have Captain Catchphrase as the coach, not holding any of his staff accountable, I don't know that I could say that with any confidence.
Well, again, we
Yeah.
don't know if he's not holding them accountable. I don't know behind the scenes there. I can only go by what I've seen on the field, and it seems like to me
He's not.
Well, yeah,
there's a there's a
yeah,
fundamental problem with the team right now, and
and
it's
the
going all the way
owners
up to the GM.
and well, it goes up to the owner because the owner's hands off.
Mm.
The owner's completely hands off. Like is the owner not watching the product and being like, why is it so hard? Like 2 years ago, it wasn't hard like this. I mean, yeah, the final six games of Dorsey were, but like it wasn't hard. That the year that 13 seconds year, remember that year? 4 years, 3, 4 years ago now? That team was incredible. Like you never thought that team could beat anybody. Remember that team scored, what was it, 50 points against, they put up a 50 burger on Denver that year during the COVID year. And that team was, other than having Diggs, that team was no better than this team at all. Same receivers, same everything, but they were just letting Josh Allen be Josh Allen. And
Well, I
The
mean,
I'm
again, I think this is the first time he's been in a restrictive offense, and this offense does not suit him. It looked
yeah.
good last year. It was your first year running it. The league didn't really have a whole lot on you. But this is the second year. You added no wrinkles. You added nothing to this offense. You're just running the same playbook. Like what? What? He's being paid good money to do nothing.
And I'm completely of the mind that he's probably gone in the offseason, and
I,
I'll bet you Dable probably comes back because that seems like a Bills thing to do,
I
truthfully.
don't know. I don't know. It's up to Dable though, right?
No, it's up to McDermott, I think. I think Dable would come back. I just don't know if McClappy would hire him back.
Well, I'm talking in terms of he may. I mean, he just got out of a head coaching job. He wasn't even that bad at it.
no, I'm shocked they fired him to be honest with you,
I
especially with
mean,
all the injuries.
the 1 year with the rookie that he ended up drafting, and then he got stuck with Daniel Jones for his first two. I
Yeah.
mean, what do you want the guy to do?
Well, I mean, they gave him 4 years, so I don't know. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, they had to wait
So
out Daniel Jones' contract was the problem.
yeah, and I mean you can't blame this year on him. The entire team is injured this
Yep.
year. I mean, you think the Bills have it bad with injuries? The Giants are like, man, dude, injury bug as bad as the 49ers right now.
So here's
So,
a question for you, real quick. You mentioned the hands-off ownership. The last time the Bills really had hands-on ownership was Kim Pagula, correct? She was basically the liaison for the team.
It was
It ever
Ralph. It was Ralph, dude. Ralph
No, I'm talking
was too
with the
hands
Pagulas
on.
themselves. Ever since Kim Pagula got sick, I feel like that's when we've started to see these problems start, and that's where because I don't think Terry has any really opinion on this. He's just the money guy, and it feels like ever since Kim Pagula got sick and isn't around, that's when this all started.
I
Well,
don't think
here's my
Terry has
thing
any
then.
interest in much of anything.
Why doesn't he just let his other daughter do it?
Yeah.
She's all
Terry
over
has
the
no
social media about the Bills. Why don't you just let her be the mouth?
yeah. Terry has no interest in a lot of things. Look at the hockey team.
Yep. Well,
Wait,
the
we have a
hockey
hockey
team's
team?
actually on fire right now.
Oh,
Well,
I watched. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, and you know where I stand with the Sabres. They look like, oh, dude, they just smoked the champs. I
when
watched them just dominate them.
when you say they're on fire, is that because the arena's burning?
God.
This guy's got to work on his puns.
I thought that was quite funny myself.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no, honestly, the
Ah,
Sabres they're actually looking pretty doggone good. I think they play tonight too.
They've won what,
yeah.
4 or 5, something like that.
They're actually playing right now. It's first period against
Oh, was
the
it after
Penguins.
seven? Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think that's where we will call it for today. Any final thoughts, guys, as we head into all these games this Thanksgiving week?
Well, I just hope the Bills can pull something out of their asses this week. That's what I'm hoping.
Yep.
I would like to see them show something to restore a little bit of confidence to us, the fans. Give us a little bit of faith that they are trending in the right direction because it's been so long since I know personally I've felt this way about the team that I would like to get back to feeling like I did about them last year.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, that's our show, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to the game this weekend. Everybody have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrate. And we will talk to you guys post game after hopefully after a win. And fingers crossed, we will be an 8-4 football team. So everybody let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Have yourselves a fantastic evening and take care.